The petroleum industry, also known as the oil industry or the oil patch, includes the global processes of exploration, extraction, refining, transporting, and marketing of petroleum products. The largest volume products of the industry are fuel oil and gasoline. Petroleum is also the raw material for many chemical products, including pharmaceuticals, solvents, fertilizer, pesticide, synthetic fragrances, and plastics. The extreme monetary value of oil and its products has led to it being known as black gold. The industry is usually divided into three major components: upstream, midstream, and downstream. Upstream regards exploration and extraction of crude oil. Midstream encompasses transportation and storage of crude. And downstream concerns refining crude oil into various end products. Petroleum is vital to many industries, and is necessary for the maintenance of industrial civilization in its current configuration, making it a critical concern for many nations. Oil accounts for a large percentage of the world's energy consumption, ranging from a low of 32% for Europe and Asia to a high of 53% for the Middle East. Other geographic regions' consumption patterns are as follows. South and Central America. The world consumes 36 billion barrels of oil per year, with developed nations being the largest consumers. The United States consumed 18% of the oil produced in 2015. The production, distribution, refining, and retailing of petroleum taken as a whole represents the world's largest industry in terms of dollar value. Governments such as the United States government provide a heavy public subsidy to petroleum companies, with major tax breaks at virtually every stage of oil exploration and extraction, including the costs of oil field leases and drilling equipment. In recent years, enhanced oil recovery techniques, most notably multi-stage drilling and hydraulic fracturing, have moved to the forefront of the industry as this new technology plays a crucial and controversial role in new methods of oil extraction. Petroleum is a naturally occurring liquid found in rock formations. It consists of a complex mixture of hydrocarbons of various molecular weights, plus other organic compounds. It is generally accepted that oil is formed mostly from the carbon-rich remains of ancient plankton, after exposure to heat and pressure in Earth's crust over hundreds of millions of years. Over time, the decayed residue was covered by layers of mud and silt, sinking further down into Earth's crust and preserved there between hot and pressured layers, gradually transforming into oil reservoirs. Petroleum in an unrefined state has been utilized by humans for over 5,000 years. Oil in general has been used since early human history to keep fires ablaze and in warfare. Its importance to the world economy, however, evolved slowly, with whale oil being used for lighting in the 19th century and wood and coal used for heating and cooking well into the 20th century. Even though the Industrial Revolution generated an increasing need for energy, this was initially met mainly by coal, and from other sources including whale oil. However, when it was discovered that kerosene could be extracted from crude oil and used as a lighting and heating fuel, the demand for petroleum increased greatly, and by the early 20th century had become the most valuable commodity traded on world markets. Imperial Russia produced 3,500 tons of oil in 1825 and doubled its output by mid-century. After oil drilling began in the region of present-day Azerbaijan in 1846. In Baku, two large pipelines were built in the Russian Empire. The 833 kilometers long pipeline to transport oil from the Caspian to the Black Sea port of Batum, completed in 1906, and the 162 kilometers long pipeline to carry oil from Chechnya to the Caspian. The establishment of the oil industry in Azerbaijan was by Armenians, and the first person who drilled oil was Ivan Mirzoev. He is referred to as one of the founding fathers of the oil industry in Baku. At the turn of the 20th century, Imperial Russia's output of oil, almost entirely from the Absheron Peninsula, accounted for half of the world's production and dominated international markets. Nearly 200 small refineries operated in the suburbs of Baku by 1884. As a side effect of these early developments, The Absheron Peninsula emerged as the world's oldest legacy of oil pollution and environmental negligence. In 1846, Baku featured the first ever well drilled with percussion tools to a depth of 21 meters for oil exploration. In 1878, Ludwig Nobel and his Branobel Company revolutionized oil transport by commissioning the first oil tanker and launching it on the Caspian Sea. Samuel Keir established America's first oil refinery in Pittsburgh on 7th Avenue near Grant Street in 1853. Ignacy Lukasiewicz built one of the first modern oil refineries near Gislo, present-day Poland. In 1854-56, Galician refineries were initially small. As demand for